Hi everybody, it's Hannah here with another video, and this is another video that I'm going to do is like a second half, or I don't know if you want to call that, but like another reading off scary stories on the computer to read off for you guys to listen to or hear or whatever. And I hope you guys like these kind of videos. If you do, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends and have them do the same. And yeah, and if you guys like different kind of videos you like story times that I do of myself, or if you want to see different kind of videos of me doing, or want me to collab with someone or whatever, please let me know, and please comment below, let me know, and I will for sure do my best to do them. So let's just get started. The first one I'm going to do is called The Man, or This Man, my bad, This Man. Have you ever dreamed of this man? Started a bizarre market strategy. The creepy tale of this man has taken many forms over the years. That's that one. I'm gonna go over here. Choose a different one. These are I'm gonna read the next one. I'm gonna actually read is called Backwards and Forward and in One Place. A few years ago, I asked my soul if I had ever seen a ghost. He got really uncomfortable and squirrely, lots of hemming and howling. Annoyed, I said, just say yes or no. I just don't want to think of you seeing a ghost. I'm a skeptic and figured he didn't want to sound like a rube or something. Turns out he was a hesitant because he believes he saw one, but it was while he was deployed on a mission in the Middle East, and he was trying to think of how he could describe it without giving up any big information. The story is this. He was in a spooky, vague Middle East when there was a confusion from the soldiers watching the Imperator. Apparently, they could see a man about 100 yards away from the camp. He had appeared out of nowhere. No one saw him walking up. The man was just standing there, not doing anything threatening. But since it was a strange man in a war zone, they broke all the high tier gear to see what's going on. He could see his face, clothes, his height, but he looked barely out there and was not giving off a heat signature. They have a fair gyms or whatnot, and the freaky military, not a puddle ghost hunting trope here. He was on the temperature of a human being. He was the temp of air around him. They had no idea what's going on, and people were freaking out. At this point, he said obviously stuff. Maybe it was scarecrow or dummy or a shadow, or soldiers were just really tired and groggy and their eyes were just playing tricks on him, or whatnot. His response, he called different people up to look at the man. It wasn't just a soldier who saw this. Dozen people people came to look, and everyone confirmed that it was definitely a person. Eventually, they decided to send out a team to check out this guy out. When they got up about 50 yards, the man started walking. Only it didn't look like he wasn't walking towards away them, the only walking place. They froze, expecting an attack, but the man never got any closer. Me. So he was a walking moon? Ooh, a Taurus dancing moves. Crazy. His shaking response, it looked like it was trying to walk, but instead of moving like a regular person, the bones were breaking and splattering backwards and forwards at joints. I can't think of a better way to describe it. Its head was jerking around like a puppet, then converting got a few yards closer, it disappeared entirely. The team huddled ass back to the camp, and as soon as they returned, the man thing reappeared on its spot. Everyone took turns watching for an hour or so. It disappeared for good. Didn't walk away, didn't fly or melt or explode. It just stood there for a long time, then vanished. Crazy. Where's that one? I'm gonna do the next one called James. And I'm just gonna do 2, so this is the last one I'm gonna do. Well, 3 total-ish. So this one is gonna be called, is called James. When I was 17 years old, I was an romance reader. I sneaked all my mother's novels and locked myself in my room and just observed all the cheesy romance goodness. So when I started dreaming of this dashing young fella in a breezy, ruffled white t-shirt, I think Fable or whatever any man in the historical romance novel would be wearing, and riding boots, I was ecstatic. His name was James, and he had this old-time English accent that I couldn't quite place. This dream started out normally once a month. He'd pop in, sometimes twice. Then it came more frequent, once or twice a week. It would almost start at the same time, but dreaming of myself sleeping in my bed, and I'd wake up finding him in my room. In my room, his eyes glowing, this vibrant green, and he kept pushing his ruffled hair back in this sexy way. The way he looked at me is that I become obsessed with. There was a yearning, this deep devotion to me. I would wake up thinking, that's what it feels to be in love. He would always approach me slowly, hesitate to make sure I wasn't scared. Then he would tell me I was beautiful and ask me to dance. Music would appear out of nowhere. I would look down and find myself beautiful laced nightgown and flowers in my hair. We would waltz in moonlight. That can you see why a 17-year-old girl would just become obsessed with this? I would become so urged to go to bed, sometimes forcing myself to go to sleep by 7 p.m. so I could just see him. Meanwhile, things were in my walking life were becoming strangely dark. My mind My music player would turn off on in the middle of the night, full blast, waking the entire house. I'd be doing my homework on my desk, would constantly see something from the corner of my eye. One time, with the house to ourselves, my best friends and I were all piled into my room, eating cookie dough and watching the returning of cops when we heard a male's voice talking from the bathroom just down the hall from my bedroom. But yeah, after we didn't think anything of it, perhaps my dad came home early than expected, or my brother. We were a family of 5 with an open door policy for friends. It was rare that were alone. The voice kept going on and on until finally one of my friends asked me who was there. I muted the TV, we listened, and then realized the voice had an accent. I got terrified, shivered down my back, and yelled, "James?" And suddenly the voice stopped. I finally told my friends about my dreams, and their faces went white. 2 nights later, I dreamt the same dream. I was dancing with James, but the energy was different. This grip was firmer, and we danced. The whole time we were growling in my ear, "You're mine, and no one else's can have you." A week later, I begged my mom to let me move out of my bedroom and come upstairs. It was in the basement. My younger sister switched with me and stayed there for a year. My dreams were gone. A little over a year ago, my sister and I were helping my mother clean out the room so she can transfer into her office. My sister and I were going through things, and she randomly started laughing, said, "James won't do this. And James won't like this." I have never felt more cold or sick or terrified in my life. "What did you say?" She looked embarrassed and waved her hand to pass it off before carrying back the boxes. "James, English man who dances?" I asked. She nods. "Not a very nice man." Ooh, creepy. But I hope you like this kind of videos. If you do, please like and subscribe and see some more. And I hope to see you in my next videos. And please let your friends and family know, and please have them to do the same, to subscribe and spread the word. And thanks for watching. Thanks. Bye.